Greetings and welcome to Reasonings. My name is Burton, and today I would like to briefly reason about adversity. When I was a youth, I faced a period of great adversity during my teenage years. In fact, I've even dubbed it the Dark Ages. This was a time in my life when I personally was suffering at greater than I had ever experienced any time prior to that in my life. My father passed away when I was only 15 years old and a freshman in high school of a cancerous brain tumor. He had been suffering for 2 years prior to that and was bedridden in our home. And I spent a great number of hours each day trying to relieve my mom of the duty of caring for him in our home as he was in need of constant care. During that time of my teenage years and throughout high school, I disconnected from the world. I basically became Clint Eastwood, let my heart be stone, and tried to not have my feelings, tried to be a real man. This did not work out. It turns out that I do have feelings and I needed to get those feelings out. So, one of the days of my senior year, as I was struggling with my feelings and I was struggling with the world and I was struggling with all the difficulties and adversity that I had been experiencing, I had a realization that in some ways I did have a little responsibility and a little control over how I reacted to the adversity that was facing me. I had been reacting kind of hostile and also a little on the defensive side. I had created this rock of a heart, as I was mentioning before, where I was trying to not feel anything, and I also sort of pushed people away from me who probably cared for me deeply, and I just chose to try to live a life of solitude. That was difficult because when you're facing great adversity, sometimes the best thing to do is to actually allow people to come around you and express a little love and friendship and companionship and let you know that you actually are loved and cared for. And yet I chose to not at that time. So in this revelation, I made a conscious choice to live every day a little better than the day before, to do everything that I could within my power to improve myself and my outlook on life and have a better outlook and a better day every single day. And it was a commitment that I've really carried through the rest of my life. Which is not to say that I don't continue to face adversities, because right now I'm in the middle of facing another adversity. Actually, probably many, but something that's very striking for me. And I find myself a little bit troubled. And it doesn't mean that I don't feel positive, because there's things to feel positive about. I do feel my blessings all around me. But I also have to remember that facing my adversity, feeling my adversity, and accepting the feelings that come along with that, and then also reacting in a conscious way to try to make positive out of what is actually going on in my reality. And as difficult and adverse as the situation may be for me personally, I also see my blessings. So I guess when I say, we all face some adversity, and right now many people are in crisis over that adversity, I would ask that each of you take the reins on some level and try to find a way that you can be thankful for some of the blessings that surround you, some of the lessons that are in that adversity, and some of the ways that you can grow, and particularly in the way that you can react to knowing that you are facing an adversity, but there may be a better day ahead. I always like to think that tomorrow will be a better day than today. And if you're in the depths of your adversity, well, then you can't go down any further. You'll probably have to come up at some point. So let's let tomorrow be that day when things start to improve and get better every single day. Thank you for your time and attention, and I appreciate you. And please feel free to leave comments about other things that you might like to have me reason about in the future. Many blessings. Respect.